A flash of Ferrari red on the streets of Monte Carlo, but instead of an engine's roar, the car passes in silence, because this is an experimental electric vehicle taking part in a completely different race. The competition to create the least wasteful form of personal transport.
This car has a small combustion engine, but it never drives the wheels. It's only there to recharge the battery, and if you charge for 2 minutes, you can drive for 10 minutes on electric power.
They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Baldos 2 is Sweden's most fuel-efficient car, developed by students from Luleå University. It's in Monaco to take part in CleanEquity 2010, the annual conference promoting investment in sustainable technology. Monaco's CleanEquity conference is where dreams and reality meet and negotiate. Inventors, innovators, technological revolutionaries and visionaries try to persuade hard-nosed investors that there's money to be made from their ideas. And with no clear framework emerging from the Copenhagen Summit on climate change, what business decides about which technologies to back could be more influential than the compromises offered by politicians. The networking starts at a champagne reception where innovators selected from 500 companies mingle with potential investors.
The money is there. The money is always there for a good deal. The money is in China, the money is in the Middle East, the money is in India. Even last month, the month of February, $20 billion was raised into green and clean tech funds. So yes, I think the money is coming back.
Later, companies present their case, which often stands or falls not on the technology but on the soundness of their business plan.
What happens to some of these innovators is that they're very focused on their technologies, and they're very focused on trying to get the technology to operate successfully, and then they haven't thought, well, how do I place this into the business framework, and how will I distribute? Distribution of the product, I think, is the biggest challenge for these people.
The developers of the River Simple hydrogen vehicle are quick to agree that the business plan is just as important as the technology.
The barriers aren't technical, there's little bits and pieces that we need to improve. But essentially, deployment in meaningful scale is an issue to do with people, politics and business. It's not to do with the technology itself.
For those judged to be the most successful in achieving the twin aims of business viability and benefiting the environment, there are prizes presented by Prince Albert II of Monaco. Behind the bright optimism of the CleanEquity conference with its display of green vehicles lies a shadow. The organisers believe we may have as little as 5 years left to get carbon emissions down, or we could face a perfect storm. The combination of a massive oil price shock, severe flooding, worldwide food shortages and a crisis over water supply. What's special about the conference is the idea that talking this crisis up won't work, but explaining the business advantages of clean technology just might.
At something between 2015 and 2020, we're going to pass through what a lot of people have anticipated being peak oil, which is the point where the supplies that are coming forward are less than the increasing demand going forward. So actually it means there'll be big pressures on price and shortages and so on, and this sort of rapid destabilization of oil price and supply. I think this is fueling the drive towards electric vehicles really quite quickly, actually.
We got 5 years stuck on
Jigar Shah is the most persuasive advocate of financial investment in carbon-cutting inventions. He says business must take a close interest in climate-friendly technology, simply because where the most innovation is taking place is always where the most money can be made.
We're primarily focused on the hard-nosed capitalists, and so I think that there are a number of NGOs who do fantastic work with the do-gooders, but we're focused on entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs are focused on solving the world's greatest challenges and enriching themselves and creating climate wealth in the process.
However, there is also serious investment to be coaxed from the do-gooders of the business world. Stelios Haji-Ioannou, whose foundation gives prizes to innovators at CleanEquity, told the conference he felt guilty at having made his money from a polluting industry. His and many other businesses now wanted to give something back.
Unless the idea is profitable, it's not going to fly. You can't have a perennially unprofitable company will go out of business. At the same time, I think guilt is not a bad way to regulate human behavior. So if you tell people that reducing your carbon footprint and behaving in a different way is good for the planet, some people will do it.
Put up a parking lot.